Hello and welcome to the Karoo. I have been staying in the Karoo at my family's like farmhouse kind of thing for a couple of weeks now. My master's ended for the semester. I decided I need to get away and return back to my soul, come back into alignment. I was feeling really like creatively stifled and honestly just tired after my master's semester, and so I packed up, went on a little solo road trip, and now I'm here in the Karoo. I've been resting, making bread. I have decided to make some bread. I'm also going to make some banana bread because those bananas are very ripe. I'm really excited. I don't actually have an oven, so I'm going to be making it on the stovetop. Let's see how this lands up going. I'm very excited to try. So here we have it in the pot. If this works, I'll be so impressed, honestly. So here is my bread. It looks a little bit funny. The bottom got a little bit burnt, but that's kind of nice. The top obviously didn't get burnt, just because of how a pot is, you know. So it's not that nice golden brown, but I think it looks pretty good. It is a phenomenal piece of bread. It's delicious. I love this loaf. Definitely gonna make it again. And really just enjoying my time. I was feeling really emotional yesterday, and so I thought that today would be a nice day to vlog because I'm gonna do like a little bit of a self-care day. It's also freezing here, but today we have a really warm day, and it's really dry, so I'm feeling really dehydrated. My lips are cracking, the whole thing, so I am going to have a nice little self-care day. Bath, journal, meditate, just come back into alignment with myself. First things first, I need to go and get some water. I want to drink a whole thing of water, and then when this is done, I'm going to fill the rest up at the furrow. Also made myself a magical witch's brew. It's a blend of hibiscus, dandelion, raspberry leaf, nettle. So I'm also gonna drink some of that. I love to drink my hibiscus juice out of a wine glass because it makes me feel really fancy. If it looks like I'm staying in an abandoned haunted house, then you are correct. This house actually is haunted. There are definitely spirits in this house. It's been that way since I was young. Like, we've definitely seen things. And the reason why it's looking a bit disheveled is because it's actually undergoing renovations. The renovations haven't started yet, but the place is definitely falling apart. So it does feel like I'm staying in like this witchy abandoned house. And I am looking forward to the renovations because, yeah, it does look a little bit disheveled. And I'm excited to just kind of revive this farmhouse, and yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. I'm going to enjoy my hibiscus juice, I'm going to drink some water, and then I think that I'm going to do some mindfulness practices just to help me with my emotions. The full moon is coming up. I'm also going to get my period coming up, so I'm definitely getting ready for like my inner hibernation. I don't know if you know about cycles and things like that, but I'm in my inner autumn at the moment, and that's usually a time for like a lot of rest, you start feeling really tired. You also start getting really like self-critical about yourself. I feel that I have been super like, yeah, just judgmental about myself and a little bit critical and things like that. So yeah, I think that I am in need of a little bit of tender love and care, and just to have a nice gentle day and just come back into alignment, but also honor the ebbs and flows, honor the rest, and just honor where I'm at. And I think that that's the most important thing, that you are allowed to be sad, you're allowed to have down days, and cyclical living is all about embracing the winter as much as we embrace the summer. Before I go for my meditation, I just want to show you a little bit of this house, because I know I said it was falling apart. So here we have a dam. This dam is where I learned how to swim. Isn't that insane to think about? I learned how to swim in this. So yeah, it's definitely falling apart. But I'm looking forward to the renovations. This place has been so beautiful and so special to me, and yeah, I'm looking forward to reviving it a bit. And trust me, in its heyday, it was looking exquisite. We have these beautiful grapevines, and like I said, in its heyday, it really did look beautiful with all of this painted. You have these stunning old doors. Inside is, so then you come inside. I'm not going to show too much, but yeah, so we are going to renovate it. And it's empty because we've taken all the furniture out for the renovation, so we just have a couple of things. But I've been staying in the cottage. So yeah, and then we have this beautiful mermaid, which I actually bought when I was like 15. This old fireplace. I love these doors. I mean, they really are beautiful. And I have to show you this amazing old oven. This is my favorite part because we have this old oven. So we're gonna break down that wall behind it and have like a nice big open window. And again, we have these exquisite doors. This is into the bathroom, but everything's gonna get redone. The floor is gonna get redone. Again, with the beautiful old doors. We're gonna break all this up to have a nice window. I love these reed ceilings. So this is the haunted room. My sister always used to stay in here. And we're gonna basically break this down so that we can have a door, because out here we also have a nice little courtyard. I know it might look really like creepy and disheveled, but like I said, in its heyday, it did look exquisite. This house is really special to me, and it has been sad. Ooh, I'm a bit dark. It has been quite sad to see it fall apart, but that's just what happens when you don't come to a place often. The nature just takes over, and so we have left this house for quite a while, and the nature has just taken over. And yeah, we have a lot to do, but I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to show you like a before and after, because it's going to look stunning. And obviously, like I said, I've been coming here since I was a baby. This is my family farmhouse, and this place looked so beautiful when we were coming regularly, when the garden was maintained, when it had like a fresh bit of paint. And so I know that it's going to look stunning, and I honestly still love how it looks. Like, I really like this old kind of like fallen apart abandoned house look, but that's because I am a witch, so I love this vibe. But I know that the house does need a lot of work, and I am obviously excited to see how it's going to land up. And I know the potential, I know how stunning it once was, and I'm excited to get it back to that place, just so that the house itself can feel proud and stand tall, because I know that this house is probably like, paint me please. Or at least that's maybe me projecting on it. Okay, so I'm gonna carry on with my mindfulness day, drinking my hibiscus, going to do some fun things, and I'm excited to take you along with me. So let's get started with the mindfulness self-care day here in the Karoo in South Africa. I can't wait to show you this beautiful place, and lots of love. So before I get started on my mindfulness day, I'm just having some food because I'm really hungry. And I'm actually currently staying in our cottage. It's really pretty. I love this window, especially when the curtains blow. I have set up this cute little table, and I have my water over here. And my step 1 of mindfulness is to, there goes Owie, is to do some journaling, meditation, and drink water. Something that I have really been loving lately is to play some meditation music while I am getting ready for bed, while I'm journaling, anything really. There's people walking in the road and they can probably... Sorry, that was awkward. I had to get up because they thought I was my sister. So anyway, so something that I've really been loving lately is to play meditation music while I'm doing any kind of like mindfulness activity, even sometimes before I go to bed, just to like center my energy and make it like a really zen environment. So I'm going to play some meditation music now while, where did I put my phone? While I'm doing my journaling, and yeah, I just think it's really nice. Yeah, I just think it's a really nice way to like have that zen spa energy in your everyday life. I also really like listening to spa music, which I guess is kind of like a meditation music. Especially like when I'm in the bath, I light candles, and this just allows me to bring that energy when you're at a meditation class, or when you go to like a spa and you're getting a massage. It just allows you to bring that energy into your everyday life through music, and sound is such an incredible way to do that. Another amazing tip that I have is to put an essential oil on your pressure points. So I like to just rub an essential oil on my temples. I also like to rub it on my wrists, and that just centers me, and that just makes me feel really grounded into the present moment, and it kind of like cues my brain to start de-stressing. Here I am with this magical essential oil blend. So you can make this with coconut oil and an essential oil of your choice. And I'm just keeping mine in the sun because it actually melted overnight. But this is a really nice way to just make your own homemade essential oils, and it has one of these little and it's like a little rolling thing. So I basically just put it on, and it's nice because the coconut oil is such a nice carrier oil for the essential oils. One has geranium, it has a little bit of jasmine, a little bit of lavender oil, and then obviously mixed with the coconut oil, it just feels really luxurious. Also like to put it behind my ears. I love the smell of this. It needs to melt a little bit more. But yeah, you can basically make any oil of your choice, and blends are amazing. And it's nice to make them for different things. So like you can make a meditation oil with lavender, which is really soothing and calming. And then you can make like a study oil with peppermint, even clary sage, which is more like uplifting. You can really just make the oil of your choice. Yeah. So I had a really nice journaling session, a nice meditation session, and now I'm keen to read my book. I'm reading the most amazing book at the moment. It is called Zodiac Academy. I am absolutely loving this book series, and I'm really happy that they have so many more books within the series. I'm really excited. I was so happy to have discovered them. I discovered Zodiac Academy on Kindle Unlimited. As I said in my previous vlog, that I'm actually currently doing an astrology course. I'm really fascinated by astrology, and I'm also obviously a writer, and I like to write fantasy, witchy novels, and I thought it would be a really awesome way to incorporate some astrology into my writing. And so I started reading a lot of astrology books, and then I found this book, Zodiac Academy, as a result of searching for some like astrology textbooks, and I'm really grateful that I did, because it's a fiction and it's just so nice to read like a book about astrology that's in a fiction form. So it's not like, it doesn't feel like you're reading a textbook, but it's nice. So yeah, I think I'm going to read a little bit, and then I actually want to get back into my astrology course. So today is probably just going to be a little bit of everything. I want to do some of my astrology course, like I already said. I'm really enjoying it. And I've also recently learned about solar charts. Solar chart is basically like an astrological forecast of your year ahead. They calculate the planets. They calculate it from when the sun returns to where it was when you were born, but everything else kind of shifts. So your sun will stay the same, but all your planets will shift. So I'm really interested in looking at my solar return astrology, and because I'm doing the astrology course, it's really nice to have like a tangible thing to be looking at. And I know my natal chart so well, so it's interesting to have like something new to look at. I've also obviously asked all my friends to send me their birth details so that I can look at their solar return charts. I am super keen to get into it. The natal chart is something that I'm very passionate about, and I'm really just enjoying astrology in terms of like my own fiction work. The astrology course has been super helpful, but also in terms of like knowing the natal chart, knowing astrocartography, knowing the people that I love, what their chart is, and how we can like use astrology to better our relationships. It's just something that I've been really fascinated about and really fascinated by, and I'm just very excited to see where astrology takes me. I am like a sucker for all things woo-woo. I do tarot, I obviously teach yoga, and I think that astrology fits so nicely in with all the things that I am already doing. I like to call myself a celestial witch, and so I think I am definitely going to dive deeper into it. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying it at the moment. That is all I have to say about that. Oh, another thing, I'm loving Gemini season. I'm a Gemini rising. And Gemini season, whew, it's just lifted so much. I really struggled during that Scorpio eclipse and Mercury retrograde. Mercury went out of retrograde like a day ago, 2 days ago. It will have been out of retrograde for a long time once this video is uploaded, but alas, it was such a rough time for me. And honestly, Mercury has a really bad reputation. I really love Mercury's energy, the trickster archetype. It really reminds me of the Fool in tarot. And so I'm usually not a sucker for Mercury retrograde, like I don't fall into that whole drama of it, but this time I must say I really did. I really struggled this Mercury retrograde, and then I kind of understood what the fuss was about, because before I've always really loved Mercury retrograde because I'm a very go with the flow kind of person. If plans change, if dates change, if I can't really work like technology, it's nothing new for me, and because I'm a go with the flow person, I don't really mind. This Mercury retrograde, it felt like the carpet was ripped from underneath me, and I struggled so damn much. I was really struggling with Mercury retrograde, so I'm just so grateful that Mercury is out of retrograde and things are just running a lot more smoothly. I'm loving Gemini season. I can feel my Gemini rising coming in hot, like I'm feeling super social and I'm feeling like a little butterfly, which is super rare for me because I'm much more of like a Pisces energy. So it feels good to be embracing all sides of myself. Yeah, that is what I have to say about astrology. If you don't believe in astrology or if it doesn't resonate with you, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, do what feels good for you. Calls for a cup of tea, so I'm going to make myself some tea and then I'm going to continue reading my book. I am absolutely loving it, and I'm also just loving having a gentle day. I've really needed this. My soul really needed this. My body really needed this after such an intense semester for my masters, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying some downtime. I am actually staying in the cottage. I showed you guys the main house, which is getting renovated. The cottage is probably also going to undergo some renovations, but for now it's probably the best place to stay because it's like the most finished. It's also the newest place. My parents built the cottage about 10 years ago probably. Yeah, it's pretty well done and it's a very nice place to stay. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's basically just like one open area. The bed is over there, the kitchen is over here, the lounge is over here, and we have a dining room table over there. I'll show you. For now, I'm going to get back to making myself a cup of tea and continue reading my book. I hope that you have a nice book to be reading too, and if you don't, I highly recommend Zodiac Academy. I just spent the rest of the afternoon reading. Some time has passed and I'm thinking that now is a perfect time to do my astrology course, and then after that I think I need to get out of the house and go for a little walk. So let's go and do some astrology. I'm having some more hibiscus juice and doing my astrology course. I'm feeling super tired, like absolutely exhausted. I'm also feeling a little bit sick. I don't really know what's wrong with me, but regardless, I think it will be good for me to go for a little walk and yeah, just breathe the fresh air. I had to stop filming because there was a guy there at the gate, and a typical man doesn't really get the picture to leave you alone. I think that's just the joy of being a solo woman, is that yeah, men just are kind of annoying and they don't really get the picture that you're not interested. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm not really feeling so well. I'm feeling a little bit sick and yeah, I'm just not really feeling well. Like my energy levels have definitely dwindled, and I don't know if it's just because it's like the first time I'm properly resting after my masters or what the story is, but I'm definitely feeling super tired and feeling a little bit sick, which I guess typically happens the moment you start resting your body. So I am going to go for a nice little walk. I know that the dogs are begging for a walk. They're there by the gate. So yeah, I'm really excited to just get some fresh air, spend some time in nature, stretch my legs. I did want to do yoga today, but I'm honestly just feeling so lazy, which is also good sometimes. Here are the dogs begging for their walk. Hey babies! We're gonna go for a walk soon. Look at this beautiful mountain. Alright, let me get going. So there are the doggies. Over here we have a lookout point, and here is kind of like a view of the village. It's very small. It's a small village. It's just over there. It's so beautiful out here, and just to like ground myself in the present moment, I often like to just take a deep breath so that I can feel that I am really taking it all in. And it's just a way that I like to have a little bit of a mindfulness practice in my everyday life. Every time I spend time in nature, I am just reminded how important it is for us as humans to disconnect, to leave the phones at home and just tune into nature's rhythms and come back into alignment with her. When I'm here, I go to sleep early, I wake up early, which is super not in my natural state. I tend to go to sleep quite late. I sometimes struggle with like insomnia and stuff. But here, just being more disconnected and not having too much technology and things like that in the house. Wi-Fi, we don't have Wi-Fi. Going for long walks, spending time in the sun when it's light, and I also will do like a little bit of a night walk so that I can accumulate to the darkness, has really been helping my sleep schedule. And it's just part of nature's rhythm to follow her natural cycles. And every time I spend time in nature, I'm just reminded more and more how we are nature. And I know I've said this in a video before, that nature's not somewhere you go, it is who you are within. But sometimes you can forget that, and then when you come back into nature, put your feet on the earth, you know, your hands in the soil, and really just connect with her, you realize how you are that. You are so natural, and your natural state is to be in alignment with the earth, to do things like plant seeds, to eat from the earth, to nurture the earth, to look after the earth. All of those things are just part of who we are. And yeah, if you have blood, to bleed on the earth, I like to do that. Tune into the rhythms, the moon's rhythms, track your cycle in accordance to the moon, and just really start remembering how in sync we are with nature and how that can actually help and aid our life. Come Ziggy, come Owie. Yeah. Changed into a dress so that I could take some cute pictures of myself in this field, and I'm honestly having the time of my life frolicking through this.